the Hancock Notch trailhead off the Kangamangas Highway, and I'm gonna do the Hancock Notch, the Hancocks loop, to get 2 more 4,000 footers. It's June 10th, 2022, 1:38 p.m. I'll get started on that, and then talk some more about that. So just starting the Hancock's loop, I guess is what's called. It's kind of one of the classic White Mountain loops to get 2 4,000 footers. I believe it's just Hancock and South Hancock. First 4,000 footers of the year, or first New Hampshire 4,000 footers of the year, I should say. I started them in 2018, and then I felt like 18, 19, and 2020 I did at least like 3 hikes or so, or runs, to get some 4,000 footers. That got me up to 21. And then last year I ended up going to some other areas in New England, Vermont, Acadia, and did some high pointing, and I ended up only getting up there just once and did Whiteface and Passaconaway, which I think, if you're coming from the south, is the shortest drive. I'm not sure about that. So making a little weekend out of this. So assuming everything goes okay and I get the Hancocks, then that would be 24 and 25, and that would put me over the halfway mark, which would be good. And tomorrow I'm camping. Right now I'm camping near Big Rock Campground, which is a little bit towards Lincoln. I think it was 5 miles west on the Kangamangas. And then tomorrow morning I'll get up early and do the Tri-Pyramid Slide Loop, and I should have a video of that too. So if all that goes to plan, then I would have 27 when I was leaving, and hopefully I can do some more in August or so, maybe do some bigger loops or traverses. Right now I'm kind of limiting myself more to 3,000 foot elevation gain max. I think this loop is 9 miles, about 3,000 feet of gain, maybe a little bit less. Seems like it's one of the easier 4,000 footer loops, because most of them are pretty hard, or at least easier to if you're getting 2 4,000 footers. And I think the first half to the peaks is pretty gentle. You know, right now this should be great for trail running, actually. And then it's going to get pretty steep towards the end. So I drove up here yesterday, did kind of an easy shakeout run, and then this morning I ran the Loon Mountain Race, which was really competitive this year. It's been the US Mountain Championships in the past, and this year, or they have like the classic mountain championships, which are supposed to be up down. This year they decided to also have a vertical one, which is just up only. And then so last weekend I did the Whiteface Mountain Race. That was up down, very steep, really difficult. And this weekend was Loon. So Loon this morning I got, I think, 44th or 45th in the males, maybe a little bit lower because top females overall, because the top females in the country will do it in 1 hour and 2 minutes. And most mountain races I do, I haven't done a lot of mountain races, so they're usually first time. Loon is the one I've done multiple times. So this is my 4th time. It changed the course a little bit, but overall I think I was maybe 3 or so minutes slower than my 2018 equivalent. I was on pace probably through the first 3, and then just my legs were not feeling it on the steeper climbs, and I was a lot slower on that. I got passed by a lot of people. There's a stretch at the end that's maybe half a mile or so, and it's at 40% grade, called Upper Walking Boss. And I mean, it's always really hard, but I thought I was doing okay, and I think I was like 40 seconds slower this year, and slower than I've ever done it. But with that, I sprained my ankle about 3 weeks ago, and I ended up not being able to run for a week. Had to ease into it the following week, and then I was able to do Whiteface. My time was kind of terrible at Whiteface. I got beat by a lot of people, by a lot of time. Whiteface was really just power hiking all the way to the top. I think the third mile uphill was 1,700 feet of gain, and I don't do well at that. And then Loon was definitely better today, closer to what I've done in the past, but still a little bit disappointing to be so far behind where I was in 2018. I think for mountain running, that's going to be it for the year, probably, or mountain racing, I should say. I'll probably still do some more mountain runs. I was actually looking at J Peak Trail Running Festival, which I think looks cool, but I'm not sure if I want to do some. I'm doing some road races, and I don't know if I want to just have that mountain race in the middle, and I don't think I'm going to have the time to get super fit for the mountains either. So my goal now is really just to get back to consistent running, get ready for some faster road races in the fall, and then take another shot at mountain running next year when I don't lose a week due to a sprained ankle, and can hopefully get some better training in. For just mountain bagging, so I'm at 23 of the New Hampshire 4,000 footers, and then get up to 27. I think I'd like to come back in August, I think, and if my running fitness is respectable, I might attempt some harder routes. I want to do a loop with the Twins, Galehead, Zealand, Bonds, and Hale, and I think that would get me 4 or 5. Be a really nice loop, but it's also about 7,000 feet of elevation gain. And I've also wanted to do the Kinsman Ridge full trail for a while, so that'd be really cool. Also, this trail is just really nice. This is perfect for trail running. It's really gentle, not a whole lot of climbing, pretty pines. Right, and then, so whatever I do in August or maybe September, that should get me over 30, and then I think I could probably finish next year if there aren't too many conflicts with racing and other mountain adventures. Other mountains, I'm sort of working on the Catskills and Adirondacks. I got 2 Adirondack high peaks last week, Cascade and Porter, which puts me at 3 total. So the drive is just much longer, so I'm not really gonna try to attempt those until I finish the New Hampshire peaks. But as soon as I do, I'd like to get back over there and knock out that list, because that'd be a big one to check off. And Catskills, every time I've gone, I've done at least 3, so now I'm at 10, which is decent, and there's only 33 of those, I believe. But I've done most of the bigger loops I want to do, which means a lot of out and backs, and I'm not really into that as much. So I'll probably also put a hold on that and get up to the Whites we're at when I can. And then, of course, I want to finish the New England 4,000 footers. Got to do New Hampshire first. If I have races in Vermont, I might stay an extra day or use the afternoon to do a day hike. But other than that, I'll finish New Hampshire, and then I'll probably get going on New England, then finish the Catskills, then the Adirondacks. I would think that would take me at least till like 2026 or so. High points, I want to wait until I have the time and money to do a really big trip, and then just drive out and do as many as I can. Definitely finish the East Coast or the Eastern US, in which I pretty much everything I have left is not going to be a great one because we're all in the flatter states, but gotta get those done, and the sooner the better, rather than waiting, I don't know, 5 years or so and just having these boring ones left. So yeah, that's an update with running and hiking goals for the next, for mountain running. Next year I think I'll give a Scutney in Mount Washington another shot. I did it last year, wasn't super stoked with the results, and I think I can do a lot better, have a better aerobic base, and do a lot more workouts. And then, but I do want to do a fall marathon, so I think 2024 will be my goal for a big mountain year where I just try to do the full USATF New England Series, Mount Wash, maybe some other fun trail races in there. But right now, just going through this hike, and then try pyramids tomorrow. But I'll probably have some mountain runs or hikes later in the year. And then it won't be a super big mountain season for me. 2023 will be a little more, but 2024 should be a big mountain running year. Hiking, I don't really know. I just, fit it in when there's time, when there aren't races. A little over a mile in, only gained about 200 feet or so, but this is just an enjoyable trail. Enjoyable walking in the woods through the pine forest. This is kind of interesting here. Its pines are really sparse, not really a dense forest. You can see the sky easily. Not sure I've seen something like this in the White Mountains yet, but this is pretty neat. This hike so far is actually really cool. A lot of different, forest environments, arrangements that are different from what I've seen before, and it's nice. At the intersection of the Hancock loop, so I'm gonna go right, go for south first. I heard that's the recommended way to go, and then north, and then be back here, and I think about 3.5 miles back to the start, which hopefully downhill I can just move mostly quickly on. A little tired right now. You can kind of see the peak or the ridge through the trees there. All forest so far, and crossing a lot of rivers and stuff, but it's been nice. About an hour and 20 minutes into this. South Peak half a mile. I'm guessing that's going to be really steep because I feel like I'm nowhere close to 4,000 feet yet. Yeah, so check back in at South Peak. Summit of South Hancock, 24 4,000 footers done. It's the halfway point. Last half mile to the top is brutal. I think I gained like 900 feet in 0.45 miles or something like that. Just unrelenting, just steep and relentless. Not really much for views, but you can also kind of peek through the trees and see a little bit. It's not bad. Kind of see the ridge over there. That's got to be Hancock. Whew, I'm tired now. Neat ridgeline trail coming off South Hancock. Seen a lot of different, I guess, arrangement of pine trees today. I'm used to you get up to 4,000 feet and you just have like the dense pine forests, and then now it's these ones are pretty empty, so you do have a bit of a view. And then before it was more sparse. Interesting. Not really sure what those mountains are. I don't even really, I guess I'd be looking north? I don't know, it's too obscured. I like this trail a lot. Overall, I was expecting very little of this. I was reading some website and it said there wasn't much in the way of views, and I wouldn't say the views aren't great because they're obscured through the trees, but it's not bad. And the trails have been really cool too. .37-minute mile. So started out, I think my first mile was 21 something with very little elevation gain, all the way down to 37. Guessing the climb up to Hancock will be pretty steep, but that should be about it. And once I get down, finish the loop, should be smooth from there. Summit of Mount Hancock. That's 25 4,000 footers. The trail between the two is pretty cool. There are a couple parts though where the sky just There are a couple parts where it got really tight. I feel like I could clear that up just a little bit. I'm gonna go check out this outlook. This is the outlook just below Mount Hancock, and then we just came in from that ridge, I'm pretty sure. So it should be South Hancock, right? And then you can see the trees that are not very full. Don't really have much pines that I was on top of over there, and that really steep incline up. After that, I guess the Kangamangas would be that way or so. So I would think those might be the Osceolas, but I'm not really sure. I can't really tell from here. I can't really tell anyway. I'm not super proficient in the geography. I know where they all are. It's just harder to tell. Yeah, you can see like down into the valley. A lot of pines down there, which is nice. I really like that. So that's 4,000 footers. This is a good view. I like this view a lot. It's a bit obscured with the pines. It's not like a super easy view, and this is the only view of the hike really, but it's definitely a solid view. I read on someone's like White Mountain guide that they thought this was like an okay view, and I definitely put it a little bit above that. But yeah, you can see a lot of mountains from here and into the landscape. 4,000 footers down. That's gonna wrap this one up, and then Tried Pyramids run tomorrow.